Hi, Melina here, and it is, October 20th? So it is exactly 11 days away until NaNoWriMo starts again, and for those who don't know, or, aren't in that section of social media yet, NaNoWriMo is basically, it translates to National Novel Writing Month, which every single November, a bunch of people who want to write their first draft of a book get together and they go on the NaNoWriMo website, which, again, I'm bad at, but I'll try to remember to link and do all that stuff with. And they track and, keep track of how many words and stuff they write. And it's just something that brings everyone together and kind of gives them a little kick in the ass to, finally get it done, because writers are very good procrastinators. So, I have been working and toying around with an idea of 2 different books for a while now, so I'm excited to get into NaNoWriMo again this year. I tried 2 years ago, and the laptop that I was using, short-circuited and broke, and then I was in the middle of moving, and it was just really chaotic last year, so I didn't do it, but I'm excited to try it out this year. November's always really crazy. It's my birthday, my mom's birthday, Thanksgiving, college now. So there's a lot of stuff to focus on, but I want to try it because I'm serious about this, and I want to at least have the first draft of one of these books done by the end of the year. Even if I don't get it finished in November, at least to get it done by the end of the year. So everyone's doing their survival kit videos, and mine's not going to be anything new. It's going to be literally everything that people say, except not including some stuff, including some stuff that, people might have said in one video but not this video, but it's all basic. So, like everyone, we start off with the most basic of what you'll need. A laptop. Well, right now my laptop is kind of upside down, depending on your perspective. So, this is my laptop. I finally have one. I got it sent when I started at Strayer University. They could provide you with a laptop so you could do your classes and stuff. So I have a brand new laptop that, God willing, won't have the same fate as the one that I was using last year. Well, 2 years ago. So obviously that's the one you'll need to go on the website to keep track, to keep all the stuff in the documents. I use Word. I know people like using fancier paid subscription crap, but I use Word because it gets the job done and it's free or cheap. Well, it's provided in the computer, so. I also have the Microsoft Word app on my phone, and speaking of phone apps and stuff that you can use on the phone, I'm recording this with my phone so I can't hold it, but I have Microsoft Word app. I have these apps that give you writing prompts, and they kind of give you like little things like character descriptions and stuff, just in case you get stuck. It kind of helps you, and you can just press the refresh button and it'll give you new different prompts or character descriptions, and you just, until you finally find the one that you want to use. I also found an app called Name Dice, I believe, that came up in a video that I was watching of good writing apps, and it's basically where you click the dice and they give you a random first and last name that you could use for a character, and then it'll help you when you can't think of a name for a new character. So I have those, but mainly I don't use my phone as much because I like using my iPod for writing. I just find that it's easier to rapidly type in on there, so I just use the good old-fashioned notepad, and then I just copy and paste it all to an email or something, email it to myself, and then add it to the document of what I'm working on. So I tend to have lots of writing kept in here. And also, that ties into music. Whether it's on my phone or my iPod, I like Pandora and the music that I already have on my iPod. I usually find that I don't listen to music as much when I'm writing my books, but when I'm writing and updating my fan fiction that I have quite a few people reading on Wattpad, it has 40-something thousand people reading. I listen to Halsey a lot, so if you don't listen to her that much, or you don't know who she is, you should listen to her, because it's very inspiring, moody, aesthetic music. And I just usually go with whatever it is, the scene that I'm writing. Like, with one of my books, there was a house party going on, and so I listened to the song House Party by 303 on loop for about 3 hours while I wrote the scene. And it's just kind of, you go with what works for you. And yeah, I have a pile of some more other stuff to talk about. This past year, I got randomly really into using, like, day planner. And it's what the outside looks like. So I like keeping track of everything that I need to do in the day now, and I feel like keeping track of word counts and where you want to get and be each day in the story will help. It's what I'm planning on doing this year, because it has helped me a lot with college and work, because if not, I'm all over the place. And yes, so I have that there. Then also, I have here a notebook. I usually write when I'm writing it all out, because I like writing it out before I type it, because I was listening to this podcast recently. It's a podcast where this girl interviews popular authors, and she was interviewing Nicola Yoon, and she said that she likes writing down everything in a notebook first, even though that's kind of dying out as a way of how people write. They usually immediately go to a laptop, because by the time she writes it and plugs it into her laptop, she's already revising without thinking about it, so it's already kind of getting a cleanup as she's logging it into her computer. And so I have many different notebooks. This is my Sherlock one. Usually with this one, or my more fancier ones that aren't like composition books and stuff, because that's usually where I keep my regular work, I log down ideas and stuff, character descriptions, stuff that I'm like planning on writing and stuff, and it's just, everything's kind of chaotic when you don't have it all laid out, so this helps me. Then recently, at Barnes & Noble, it was at the time like the last $10 I had, but I felt like it would be worth it in the long run. I love these things, and I've always wanted one. This is called Complete the Story, and you open it, and it has like a random prompt, and you have to just continue where it left off. And I feel like it'll help me when I literally have no idea what to write or anything. Even if it has nothing to do with the story, it can kind of get the creative juices flowing or whatever. So I have another one like this that's blue, but those are more non-fiction prompts, so the way that I was able to do those and still relate it to my writing was to make it seem as though one of my characters are answering the questions, but this is complete, like, fiction completed, so I liked the idea of this better. And I have, like, just a few more things to talk about. Here I have this is a Blu-ray double feature pack thing of the first and second Rob Zombie Halloween films. And the reason for this is because the book that I was working on 2 years ago for Nano, that I still haven't finished, and I might pick up again for Nano this year if I don't do the other novel that I'm working on, started off as Halloween fan fiction, because I have a really deep, bad problem with Michael Myers. And I started writing it when I was in middle school, and it's gone through like 17 redrafts because I'm really bad at reading my own work and liking it, and I usually just scrap it and then start over and over again. But I feel like things that inspire you, things that are related to the content of what you're working on, like, I feel like any forms of media, read books that, like, if you're writing a horror novel, read some horror novels while you're working on Nano, and it's also a way to study, but also give yourself a break from writing occasionally, to watch shows, movies, books, consume media that's really related to the subject that you're working on, or the characters, like, pick up a mental illness book if you're writing about a character that has mental illness and all that stuff, because I plan on doing stuff like that. Also, sounds lame, but Google is your friend. I go to Google all the time to learn, like, traits of people who are quitting smoking and stuff like that. It's a good research tool when you don't want to buy an entire book on something to research it. And lastly, I have here On Writing by Stephen King. This is one of the books that I plan on reading next month. I've never read it before, and I've heard a lot of people say that they've read this during their Nano participations in the past, but I have never done that before, so I'm planning on doing that this year. And yeah, I wanted to kind of read books that are talking about writing and stuff, so that I also am kind of studying how to polish what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I plan on picking up some books that are related to the kind of subject matter, depending on which manuscript I decide to start working on for next month. But I will talk about those more in my November TBR, because I still don't even know which one I'm working on yet, so I don't know if I'm going to be picking up YA contemporary or, you know, horror novels, because they're both really different. But yes, that's about it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe if you would like to see more of my face and my books and my content and whatever.